Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a bookshelf tour, and I posted one of these on my TikTok, but I don't think I've posted one on here since I first got my bookshelf, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And my bookshelf used to be on a different wall, but I don't think I've showed it since it's been over here unless it's just been like in the background. So we're going to do like an in-depth book tour, and then maybe at the end I'll do like what I read in April, because it is April 28th and I think I maybe read one book. Besides the point, but that's what we're gonna be doing today. And I want y'all to see the setup real quick that y'all are on, because it's cracking me up, because I don't have a big tripod, so you're literally on movies, and that's just gonna have to work. Ooh. Okay, so also ignore the pimple on my chin. I have the bookshelf from Target. I don't know what it's called, but it's just the white bookshelf from Target. Up at the top, I have my Wicked popcorn bucket, my little BTS, I think this came in one of the albums, I just stuck it up here. My Eras Tour popcorn bucket, and I think I just have like random things in it. This bunny that I got a long time ago that's probably gonna go in storage because Easter's over. I think I have a Harry Styles cup and like a little... Up there it's just miscellaneous stuff because I don't have a whole lot of room to put things, so that's just where that stuff goes. And then the first shelf, which is my favorite. Okay, I moved you a little closer. I might not be able to be in the frame as well, but that's okay. So first, what we have here are my loves, Boys of Tommen. I finally got the physical copies because I have them all on Kindle, and I was just kind of waiting to buy all of them physically, but I finally have them. So this is like my favorites shelf, like some of my favorite series that are like romance. Okay, and then on top of that, I just have like this little, I don't know, maybe a planter. I honestly have no idea what this would be called. My mom got it at an estate sale, and she knows I love like grandma things, so I just put that here. It has nothing to do with Boys of Tommen whatsoever, but it's going there. Then I have a little bunny thing. Next I have some of the Chestnut Springs series. These are the only ones I bought because I read the rest on Kindle. But these are the original covers, or I guess the like indie covers, I don't know what. And I wish I would have bought all of them when they were in these covers, because now I want Theo's book because that's my favorite one, but his original cover in this is so expensive. So we're just gonna keep the 3 because I like to collect books, but I'm not like, I don't have that much money to just be spending on books randomly. So if I really want it in the future, like I'll get it, but it's not top priority. But yeah, I have 3 of the original ones. I don't even know if this is in the right order. I just stuck them up here. Again, I read the series like years ago when it was first trending on Book Talk, like a while ago. But, and then, oh, I have this little Sonny Angel, and it's the horse one. Let me cover the horse one because it's by Chestnut Springs, so it has to go here, you know? It just fits the vibe. Then I have a little cat. No reason. I'm, again, just a grandma. And then the one and only, the Magnolia Park series. I'm best friends with them. I want to be in their friend group. I think about them all the time. I hear like Taylor Swift songs. I'm like, that reminds me of them. And you might think that's crazy, but whatever, you know? It's my life. I'll do what I want to. So yeah, I just have the Magnolia Park series in the original covers, indie covers, whatever you want to say. The UK covers, I guess. I don't know if these are what the UK covers look like now. Also, these books are just so like tall and they're dusty, so you see dust flying around. So yeah, the Magnolia Parks original covers. I want to get, I think I've said this before, I want to get the new covers and like fully reread and like annotate those, because I don't really want to annotate these because they're just so pretty. And I feel like a lot of people get these covers to annotate them, but like I don't want to touch these. These are going to stay that way. And then I moved this up, but I just haven't think this cat. Again, I think I found this at an estate sale. It's just cutie. It has nothing to do with Magnolia Parks, but I think it's cute up there. Okay, next. Okay, this is my romance shelf, just my romance shelf. So I think I've read all of these. Yeah, I organized it to where like, so I've read all of these but Taming 7, but I'm reading that right now. But so I tried to do like shelf by shelf, like, oh, these are my favorite romances, series, fantasies, and then I have like a TBR of each. Does that make sense? So this is like what I've read of the romance books that I have, besides like random ones, like the Book Talk ones that I have on a different shelf. So we just have a few miscellaneous, like Abby Jimenez, love these, Better Than the Movies. I really want to reread that this summer because it's just so cute, and I want to like finish that series. I don't know exactly what else is in it. We have a few, like this is a Book Talk book that I liked. I just read this one last month, or in February. I kind of want to get the other books in this series, specifically the first one because I liked that one. I didn't really like the second one, but maybe if I get a bigger bookshelf in the future, like I'll get the rest of those because I did enjoy the whole series. But and then over here, Twisted Games, Elle Kennedy, Beach Read, Butcher and Blackbird, The Love Hypothesis, Addicted to You, and Lights Out. You Deserve Each Other's up here as well. I do want to continue the Addicted series. I didn't love the first one, and I also read that probably in 2022, so I probably should reread the first one, but everyone says the first few aren't like the best, and then you learn to love Lillian Lowe, so maybe I'll get back into it. But, well, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. I liked it while I was reading it, but I didn't have any want to continue the series. So, but possibly I want to read it because there's a lot of people that I watch that love it, so, and we have similar book taste, so that's why. Okay. So, and then over here, this is one, it's just extra room for when I finish other romances. They're just gonna go here. But right now, I just have this little strawberry mug. I think there's just like trinkets in it. And then I have some book tabs here in it. There's like little cats standing up here. Again, I think my mom found those at an estate sale. It was like a bag of like little ceramic cats and she just gave it to me. I have the clear sticky note tabs that I got like 4 years ago and have not even used one. Hopefully when I get into annotating eventually, like I'll use them. And then I have these bookmarks. And I swear every birthday or Christmas someone gives me one of these, but I love them. They're just super cutie. So I just leave these over here. And then there's this little, I think it's the Positive Strawberry. I think my mom got this for me for Christmas because I'm a strawberry gal. Oh, I just like murdered. There we go. Okay, so that's my first two shelves. So mainly romance for both of them. This is just like the top one is just like my favorites of all times, like series. And it's mainly these two. I mean, I do love the Chestnut Springs. I probably like a few other series over that, but they just kind of go with the vibes. So that's like favorite of all times, like 6 out of 5 star, you know, that kind of vibe. And then this is just my romance shelf of the ones that I've read. And then if we go, actually okay, next is my fantasy shelf. So I'll kind of pan over as we go that way. Well, actually you can see all of it, but still. First I have my TBR jar here. Love her, but we have not been reading our TBR. So I also have like twinkle lights behind this shelf that come on at night. I have this, this little bee was up by Magnolia Parks at one point in time, but now it's down here. I don't know why. So first we have ACOTAR, of course. My love, the first fantasy series I've read. I still need to read these two. So technically, okay, so this is like the ones that I've read. This is the fantasy shelf book that I read. I haven't read these two or Onyx Storm, but I didn't want to separate series, so they're here. I know I haven't read them, so it's not like I'm gonna forget. I'm kind of waiting to read Silver Flames until we know when the next book is coming out because I'm already out of that world, so I don't want to get back into it just to wait more years for the next one to come out, so I'm gonna wait. I'm okay with waiting right now. Okay, I have a little Lego. I think this is supposed to be Ron from Harry Potter. I have him there because they give fantasy. I also have Hermione. And then I also have this little sword that came, I don't know if any of y'all watched, I don't know what video it was, but I did a blind date with a book unboxing and this was in that. Okay, but next we have, is it the Empyrean series? Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. Also love all these. A lot of my mom and my sister-in-law are reading the series right now. They're both on Iron Flame, so it's like kind of making me want to read Onyx Storm, but I'm probably gonna wait until they're both on it. So yeah, these are here. They're just so pretty together, you know? And then we have Powerless. I do have the novella down below. I haven't read this yet, that's why it's down here. It also didn't fit here. So it's down here for now. And then whenever I get a new shelf or an extra shelf, but for now, it's gonna stay down there. I did read Reckless. Is that the next one? The second book. I did read that, but I read it on Kindle. I just don't have it physically. And the third one just came out, right? I want to read it like soon. And then I have Serpents and Wings of the Night. I think if you've watched some of my videos, you know how I feel about this book. I enjoyed all of it until the very end. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the end made me not want to read the next book. So maybe in the future I will, but. And then my love. If you don't like this book, I don't care. I loved it. I'm rated it 5 stars. I'm pretty positive. And I do want to reread it soon because I liked it that much. But the next one, I don't know when it comes out, but it didn't change my life. But like, I ate this up. Anyways, and I got this for Christmas and I was so excited because I did read it on Kindle because I think it was on, I don't know if it's still on Kindle Unlimited or I know when I read it, it was. But okay, next is Bride, which, oh, I didn't realize I tabbed some of these. I must have read this a while ago. I haven't tabbed a book in a minute. I think I read this when it first came out. Also ate this up. I don't remember when I rated it, but the next one comes out soon, right? I think I've seen some about it. I think I read it in like a day and a half. Okay, and I will be reading the next book. Okay, I also have this little plant here. I'm gonna move her out of the way. And then we have probably my favorite fantasy series. I think this is my favorite fantasy series. I haven't read Thornglass yet, so leave that into your brain, if you will. So this would be up on the top shelf with like all-time favorites, but it doesn't really match the vibe. I kind of wanted to separate fantasy and like regular romance, so it's here. But it is like probably, I remember enjoying this more than ACOTAR, but I think it was easier for my brain to comprehend than ACOTAR was. I don't know why. They were both easy compared to other fantasy books that I've read, but I think I just like the fairy tale aspect of it more than like the fae in ACOTAR. I don't know. I loved both, but in my mind these are over like Powerless in this in ACOTAR, you know? So let me put that back. So yeah, that is my fantasy shelf of the ones I've read. I say read because I haven't read 3 of them, but they're a part of the series that are already on the shelf, and I know I'm gonna get to them eventually. So yeah, that's that shelf. Okay, now I am sitting on the floor. So I don't know how well you can see these books, but I will go through all of them. We have the Twilight series here, and I put in a video of me reading the first one. I'm definitely gonna get to the next. It's just probably gonna take me years because I already know what happens in all of them, so like it's not like I'm excited to like experience what happens, but I did really enjoy the first one. So I also have my bookmarks right here, all of my books. Oh, my friend made me this bookmark. If you're into K-pop, you probably know who these people are, but love her for that. And then I think my mom got me this one when she went on one of her trips. And then I think these are all Barnes & Noble bookmarks that they give to you sometimes when you check out. Okay, those I usually just keep there. I have my Harry one in a book. I don't know where that one is. My Harry one with all the songs from Harry's house. Anyways, continuing on. So we have the Twilight series. I don't know what the series is called. Kingdom of the Wicked and Kingdom of the Cursed and Kingdom of the Feared. I don't know what the series is called, but I do really want to get to this soon. I just haven't been reading physical books. Maybe I'll just pick one up. Like, it's not hard to do. I did. Oh my gosh. I got a new Kindle. It's coming in tomorrow. I gave my old Kindle to my brother because he's been wanting to read more. He just kind of reads slow, and my sister-in-law got a Kindle recently, and he's been wanting to read on hers, but she's like, I'm reading right now, like I don't know when I'm gonna stop. So, and then I asked him, I was like, if I get a new one, would you want my old one? Because I didn't need a new one. I just kind of wanted an excuse to get a new one, as we know. So he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And they're about to have a baby, so I was like, well, not that they're gonna have a lot of downtime, but like with a newborn they kind of sleep a lot, so I was like, oh, maybe he'll have some time to read. And I've been wanting him to read some of the fantasy books that me and my sister-in-law have been reading, so I did give that to him this weekend, which is fine. I haven't been reading on my Kindle in the past week anyway, so I wasn't gonna need it in the next few days. So my new one comes in tomorrow, and I did get the Kindle Color Soft, and I know there's mixed reviews about it, but that was one of my complaints about Kindle in general, was the no color. And I know when you're reading on the pages there's no color, but like on my phone, like the library, I read a lot on my phone at work because I don't take a Kindle or a book to work, so I'm used to like the color on like for the shelves of the books and like highlighting and stuff. And it's something so simple that when I switched to reading on my old Kindle, that it just kind of tripped me up. And they came out with one with color, so I decided to splurge and get it. So that's coming in the mail tomorrow, and I'm so excited. Maybe it'll motivate me to read more in the near future, because I think I maybe read one book in April. Like, I did read a Wattpad book, but it wasn't a fanfic or anything. It was a book, but it's not, I can't add it to any reading goal. So, but that's okay. I enjoyed it, and it's fine. I don't have to be reading 80 million books a year. Okay, so Kingdom of the Wicked. Maybe I'll pick this up soon. If not, I know I'll probably pick it up in the fall, or I'll force myself to pick up a physical book. Because once I pick up a book, like physically, like I'll finish it within like the next. Y'all see all that dust? Okay, I need to get, ever since I moved my shelf over here, it's been so much more dusty than it was like when it was in the corner of my room. And I think it's because the air vent is right above. So, okay, and like I said, Powerful. Maybe I'll read this because it's really short. And the new one just came out. I know this was before the second one, but like, do novellas really matter when you read them? I already know what happens. Okay, Lightlark. I got this for Christmas, and this was kind of blowing up the past few months on TikTok. when I got this. I heard mixed things about it, but I'm just gonna go in and see for myself if I like it or not. It looks like I would like it. So recently I've just been rating books with how I enjoyed it while I was reading it. Sometimes your opinion changes, but like I have been really bad with like if people that I watch on TikTok or YouTube didn't like it, then it kind of changed my opinion on it. But that's kind of how I was with Quicksilver. Like I ate that up and I knew I liked it and I rated it 5 stars, and then I saw a few people on TikTok kind of not loving it and I was like, oh, am I in the wrong for liking it? But no, like who cares? It's your opinion, who cares? So that's kind of how I've been viewing books recently. Like if I liked it, I liked it, and if you didn't, that's okay. So, and then we have Phantasma. I think my friend got me this for Christmas because I was talking about it, and a few people on, I think it was Sarah who likes this, right? I can't remember. It was another book talk book that was kind of blowing up, and it caught my attention. So Phantasma. Oh, this is my, I forgot to say, this is my fantasy TBR shelf. The only ones I've read on this are the Twilight, the first book in Twilight, and like the graphic novel of Twilight that I have. Those are the only 2 I've read on this shelf. Okay, what Red Queen. I'm really curious for when I read this if I'm gonna like it, because I have already read Powerless and apparently it's like copy paste. And I know this came out first, but I read Powerless first because I didn't know. So I'm curious to see what I'm gonna think about it and if I'm going to like this more or Powerless more. So I don't really know how to say this word. So I got this at Walmart one day. I went with my mom, and you know sometimes when you go to a store with your mom and they'll just buy whatever you put in the cart. I don't ever put like a ton of stuff. I'll put like a book or like a makeup product. It's never like crazy. So I put this in the cart and she got it for me. So, and I still haven't read it yet. You know those days when you just go to Target, Walmart, or somewhere where there's books and you just want to buy a book just because? That was one of these. Okay, and then we have the Assassin's Blade. It's so far down on the shelf. Oh wait, maybe my, oh no. I was like, maybe my bookmark is here. No, it's our business card. The Assassin's Blade. So I don't know if you can see, I read that much of it physically, but I bought the bundle of all the books on Kindle, and I read the first book of The Throne of Glass, and I'm just waiting to continue it. I did love it when I was reading it, but I wasn't, you know, I feel like I'm like a broken record. I just haven't been in a fantasy mood like all year, and I hate that because fantasy is one of my favorite genres, but I've just really been in like a romance only and like fun, flirty, like bubbly romance. Like early 2000s rom-com romance is like what I've been wanting to read. So this is not that, unfortunately. It's so far down here because I have them on Kindle. I probably won't read them physically. So yeah, I might put this at the very bottom because again, I have them on Kindle. And then we have Caraval. This is the blind date with the book that I unboxed. And I'm so excited to read this series because Once Upon a Broken Heart is one of my favorite series, and I know you were supposed to read this first, but I had already read Once Upon a Broken Heart when I found out you're supposed to read this first. But I think I just love this world and her writing so much that I'm gonna enjoy it no matter what. So, and I'm excited to see like how we got to where we were in Once Upon a Broken Heart. So maybe I'll read this soon. I'm gonna kind of put it up higher on the, and then I have the Six of Crows series. Is that what it's called? I don't know what the series is called, but Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I got the box set for Christmas this year. This has been on my TBR for a while. I just haven't gotten to it because again, I haven't been in a fantasy mood. But I put, you know, this is random. I put a Glade plug-in in my room today, like a new smell, and it's a smell that I typically use in the fall. It's not really a fall smell, like when you smell it, it's not like pumpkin or spice or anything. It's called Cashmere Woods. So I guess like woods is kind of fall, but like if I was in somebody else's house, I wouldn't smell fall. But since I had it in my house in the fall time previously, it feels like fall. You know, smells just take you back to a certain time. So maybe I'll read a fantasy because it kind of feels like fall in my house. I don't know. I really have no, no TBR like set in my brain for what I want to read in the future. So this is my fantasy TBR shelf, and that's not even including the whole Throne of Glass series, which I'm so excited to read, but I'm also terrified. Okay, next shelf. This is my, okay, so there might be dust and dog hair down here because it's the very bottom shelf and my dog sleeps kind of right in front of my bookshelf. This is kind of my miscellaneous books. Ones that I know I'm not going to get to for a while or that I've read already kind of shelf. So first off, I found this at Goodwill the other day. It's the chocolate frog. I think it's so cute. I literally got it for $4 and it's like, I know y'all can hear that. It's literally like glass, ceramic, I don't know. I think you either put like jewelry in it or something. I just thought it was cute for my bookshelf. And like one day I will have all the Harry Potter books when I have a bigger shelf or more shelves. So I just had that on top of the one Harry Potter book that I've thrifted. A fake plant that I got like probably in high school. In the very back here, I have a K-pop album from 17, if you know, you know. And then I have the BTS London DVD concert thing. Those are just there. I also have, well, I'll continue. I have Harry Potter. This is the one Harry Potter book that I have. I thrifted it a while ago, but I think it's, yeah, in the Half-Blood print. So it's like, I got it for $7, and I think that's why I got it. Yeah, obviously I'm not gonna read this anytime soon. I watch Harry Potter all the time. I did read like half of the first one, I just never continued. It's very comforting, but it's one of those like, I'll probably get to like, if I wanna like read something like comforting and cozy. Here we have the Shatter Me series, or some of the thing about Shatter Me is I loved it when I was reading it, but that was like 4 years ago. These books are falling over. But I haven't read Ignite Me. I've only read these two, and I haven't read any of the novellas. I don't know what goes in between what, but these are the only two that I've read. Shatter Me and Unravel Me. Ignite Me will hopefully get to soon. I've been really wanting to reread it because, I mean, if you're a book talk girly, you know, or just a book girly in general, Shatter Me has been popular for so long. And Aaron Warner is just like probably one of the top book boyfriends people talk about. And I only got to see a little bit of him. So I'm wanting to pick up the rest of the series. And because apparently it doesn't get good till here, and I stopped Unravel Me. So I need to do it. I just haven't yet. Okay, these are some of, like, again, just miscellaneous shelf. Like, there's really no organization going on here. A Little Life is down here. It was on my romance shelf because it's one of the books I want to get to sooner, but I don't think it's typically considered a romance. I don't even know if there's any romance in it at all. I have no idea. I've tried to go into it completely blind. I just don't know. Oh, here's my Harry bookmark. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out because I'll have to restart that whenever I read it. And put this up here. And next we have The Nightingale, which I do want to get to so soon. I know I've been saying that about a lot of these books, but apparently this one is heartbreaking. So I want to get to that soon. And then we have the Outlander book that I thrifted. So it's a little beat up, but I love the TV show, so I want to read obviously. Here is my K-pop binder that we don't need to go through, but I'm going to anyways. Not fully, but I'm just going to. All my photo cards are in here. And as you can see, I'm kind of an NCT girly, but yep, that's just my K-pop binder. I threw it down there because I moved it from my cart that used to be my TBR cart, but now it has all my DVDs on it. So, and then I thrifted this from Goodwill the other day when I got the chocolate frog thing. There was a lot more Harry Potter stuff too. I didn't really need a lot of the Harry Potter stuff. Pride and Prejudice, one of my favorite movies ever, so I want to read it. I don't know what, because don't they have like different versions of it, like how it's written? I don't know. I just thought this cover was pretty and it was $1.99, so I grabbed it. Maybe I'll set this here. Cute. Okay. And then back there I have 2 BTS magazines of a Vogue and the Rolling Stone. I just didn't have anywhere else to put them. And then I have my Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie cups back there and a Jimin Jesus candle. I have It's Not Summer Without You, never run it. I was late to the game on these. Can you see my toe? Should I just do it up here? No, you can't see that. Okay, I'm just gonna put it back up this way and I'll just bring the books to me. You've already seen the shelf. You already know what it looks like. These are all clean clothes, so ignore that. They're clean. I was late to the game with the Summer I Turned Pretty. Obviously, I did not, well, I have this cover of the first one, and then this bugs me that they're not the same, but like, I don't care. I'm probably not gonna read them for a while. I read like half of this one after I watched the series, the first season, but right before the second season came out, I bought this intending to read both of them, and I just never did. And now the third season is about to come out. So this, Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Parton. Dolly Alderton. However you say her last name. This was a really popular book probably a few summers ago, and I'm still intending to read it. Maybe I'll take it on when I go to Vegas and I'll read this on the plane. I don't know. I read a bit of it, probably like 50-ish pages, and it's good. I just am not used to this style of books. So I do want to read this very soon. Why Men Love Bitches. I think I saw this on TikTok and people were like there was like really good quotes from it. Probably it's just not a self-help. Like, what are these books called? I don't know the genre that these would be under. I don't know, but I saw this on TikTok years ago, probably 2 years ago, and I put it on my Christmas list and my mom got it for me. Haven't read it yet, but I want to. Maybe I'll take this to Vegas with me so people will leave me alone. They can see what I'm reading and be like, I'm not gonna go up to her. This is Beautiful Boy. I honestly don't know anything about this besides the movie, and I haven't seen the movie. I just know it's a movie and it's really sad. My friend's sister, she's also my friend, but I know her through my friend. I think she was moving, and she's a big book reader, and she had like a box of books that she was getting rid of, and she let me go through them and pick what I wanted. So I picked this. Red Queen I picked from her, and a few of the ones I'm about to show you. But this I do want to get to at some point in my life. Same with like A Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's like one of those that I really want to read, but I'm just not mentally ready. I don't know how sad this is. I've just heard that it's sad, but also the font is tiny. So we'll get to that eventually. This next book, I don't want to hear anything from anybody because I haven't read it, and the only reason why it's on my shelf is because my friend's sister was getting rid of books, and the only reason why I took it is because of Heather McLary on BookTube and BookTok loves this book, and I've also seen other people like it, and I've never read anything like this before, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a chance. You only live once. Okay, listen, Ice Planet Barbarians. I have no idea what it's about. I just know it's aliens, I think. I have no idea. Heather liked it on YouTube. Not that I know her personally, but a lot of the books she likes, I end up liking. So we're gonna give it a try. Eventually I'll probably read it on Kindle. I think it might be on Kindle or Kindle Unlimited. I have no idea. I think it maybe was at one time. I don't think I have the pride or whatever the word, the confidence to sit there in front of people and have this and read this. So this will be a Kindle read if I do end up reading it. But I did see an edit on TikTok of what these look like, and it's not what I expected them to look like. So I'm a little more intrigued now that I've seen what other people, or maybe what they're described as what they look like, because in my head, I had no idea what I was thinking, but apparently it's really good. The next book is like a 180 from that. It's The Secret History. This is how my brain is. Literally in my music taste genre-wise, book genre-wise, it's literally like boom, boom, boom. Like none of it's the same. Okay, The Secret History. I don't really know if I'll ever get to this. This was another book that my friend's sister had a box full of stuff that I picked. And it was popular at the time. I think this was like almost a year ago. I don't know. I've heard it's also a little bit hefty. It's a thick book, but I don't know. I don't really know what it's about. I've just heard, I think it's sad. I don't know. I remember when it was like kind of trending, people were enjoying it, but then some people hated it. This is gonna be one I have to read for myself. I don't have much to say on this. I've already talked about this book, The Midnight Library. It was fine when I read it. This was another book that my friend's sister had in her thing. It also happened to be literally the week that I was going through her books was the week I had book club for this book, and I had only listened to some of it. I think I was listening to it. So then I just literally binged it because it's not long at all, because I had book club like the next day. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I'm kind of 50-50 with it. Like sometimes I do think about like it's not fantasy, is it? Magical realism. I don't know what I'm bad with like tropes and genres, but like sometimes I think about the storyline of how she like can pick up a book and like she sees what that life would be like. I think about that. Other than that, it was fine. Okay, that is it for that shelf. I'm gonna put all these books back up. I don't know if that's gonna stay. Okay, well, that is my bookshelf tour. None of my books have really changed since probably the last bookshelf. So actually, probably a few of them have. I haven't really bought books in a long time because I don't have any more room. There's always more room for books. Like I do have room, but I don't really want to clutter this bookshelf and some of the other shelves. Like I have this little shelf over here that it's mainly like, that's K-pop shelf, just with like miscellaneous K-pop stuff that I have. And then this has like a Lego set, some K-pop stuff, but it's just like, that's more of like a trinket shelf. That's more of a trinket shelf and like miscellaneous stuff that I enjoy. And I did buy, like I have a box, I don't know where that box went actually. I have a box of like shelves to hang up on the wall, and that I'll show you here in a minute, but they're for my DVDs because I've been collecting DVDs, like physical media, because I know one day I'm not gonna want to pay for streaming services, so I'm just collecting all the movies that I know and love, and then hopefully one day when I have kids, we can just do DVDs like when I was young. Because I am a grandma, and I don't care. Oh, so none of the books on my shelf have changed in a while. I just haven't done a bookshelf tour in a while, so I wanted to kind of show what I had. I do have a few more books over there that are on my TBR that I'll show you. I just don't want to get up yet. Like in the future, if I get another bookshelf, I don't have room in this room for another bookshelf. I have a very small room, so like whenever I move out, like I might get another bookshelf, probably like the same one so they match, but I kind of want to get like vintage looking one. But I do like the white, but I don't know, we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, like I just don't like, if I do get more books, I'm gonna have to get like the book risers, shelf risers, what are they called, like where it's like a shelf that's in the bookshelf that puts than behind, that where you can see. Like I would get something like that so you can see it. But I also don't read a whole lot of physical books anymore just because it takes me forever to get through them. I say that, but then I sit down and read it and I'll like not force myself to finish it, but I'll like read it in one sitting, but most of the time I don't have time to do that. But yeah, it takes me longer to get to a physical book than it does Kindle, so I just haven't really been buying physical books unless it's like my favorite, like Boys of Tom, and like I just couldn't wait anymore to have it on my shelf, so I bought her. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the rest of the books that I have. This is my romance TBR, so these are all the romance books that I own physically that I haven't read yet. They used to be on my shelf, but I just needed to separate them so I didn't have to like keep taking them from different stacks of books, so this is a lot easier for me just to go through and pick what I want to read. And a lot of these have been on my TBR jar picks and I haven't got to them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have been and I haven't read them, and it's because they're physical. If they were on my Kindle I probably would have read them all already. I don't know what the issue is. Anyways, I have the Ex-Hex. That's obviously going to be more of a fall read. I have Daisy Jones and the Six, The Flat Share, Fix Her Up, If He Had Been With Me, Wildfire, Never Met a Duke Like You. I'm really intrigued by this one because I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but I have read a little bit of it, as you can tell, but nothing too crazy. One Day, obviously I loved the series on Netflix. I wanted to read it. Meet Me at the Lake. Heard mixed opinions about this, but I don't know. And then In 5 Years. Those are all my romance physical TBR that I have that I haven't gotten to yet, but maybe eventually. They're up here for a reason. I also need to find a place to put these bookends. They're just so hefty. I think they're cute, but they're just really big. So I think they're just gonna stay in this little shelf that I have here. Oh, I also kind of rearranged my room. It's messy, so don't mind that. I haven't made my bed or anything, but so my bed used to be like my headboard was on that wall and the bed was this way and my vanity was here, and there's my dog. So I moved it this way. It just kind of fits better with like decor up there. I need to find something to kind of put there. But yeah, that's the layout of all of this. I think it's so cute. And so I'm going on a tangent. So we're kind of doing like a workout room in my house, but it's also just gonna kind of be not an extra bedroom because we're not putting a bed in there, but my mom gets ready in the bathroom every morning standing up, and I was talking to her. I was like, we can move like my vanity into that workout room and like you can get ready in there and like we can just kind of share. Like I have one of the drawers, she has one of the drawers, because I really don't need like this whole setup. Like I'm not that big of a makeup person to need all of that. I got it when I was in high school and I've loved it and I still love it, but I'm okay with using it in a different room if I need to. So I think in the near future this is going to be moved out of my room, and I kind of just want to get like a full length mirror because the only full length ones I have are on the back of my closet door and the door to my room, and they're fine, they work, but I kind of want to get like a mirror to put like in the corner over here, like over there somewhere, either sitting here or like, you know, catty corner it kind of, and like I can like sit and do everyday makeup there, and then if I am getting ready for an event or like a wedding, you know, something where I kind of need to do a little more like full coverage makeup, I can just go use my vanity in there, and that would save some room in here because I have a tiny room. As you can see, this is my whole room right here. You can see all of it. I need to get a tripod that stands up. But yeah, let me go grab my phone and tell you what I've read in April. So I did in fact only read one book besides that Wattpad book that I was telling about, which I will go into in a minute. And the only one I read was The Fake Out, which I think I rated it 4 stars or 4.5 stars. Like if you like to Play Along by Liz Tomford, it's basically the same thing but with hockey. So it's her. So the first book is Behind the Net, and this one's called The Fake Out, and it's, I don't remember their names, Hazel and Ryan, is that his name? Hazel and Rory. Okay, I was close. I've been watching the OC, that's probably why I said Ryan. So it's about Hazel and Ryan, and he plays hockey. She's a physical therapist, something of that sort. So she works for the hockey team, but her sister is the girl from Behind the Net. So yeah, and like they're not enemies, but like they kind of bicker and don't really like each other from what you can tell. Like he likes her, but she thinks he's a player, so she's like, whatever, I'm not gonna talk to this man. But then her ex boyfriend from like high school and college joins the team, and he's kind of just giving her a hard time, so she just kind of blurts out that she's dating Rory. This isn't a spoiler, like it's fake dating, but so they start fake dating, and it's just really good. I mean, who doesn't love a good fake dating and sports romance? Like, it was giggly, cute, fun. It just reminded me a lot of Play Along, which is one of my favorite romance books. So I love when a man in books keyword in books. I love when a man in books are like arrogant, but not in a bad way, like cocky, I guess. But and like he knows he's hot and he's a good flirt and he's just like obsessed with the girl. Like we love that in books. So that was kind of the vibes of that book. Highly recommend. I will probably continue the series when I just kind of need a book that I know I'm probably gonna like, because I do remember I liked Behind the Net. I don't think the second one was out yet when I first read it, so read that. And that was kind of a book that it took me not a while to read, but I had a few things going on this month family wise, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to read. And then the Wattpad book that I read, Wattpad, however you want to say it. So I was on TikTok, as we all are, and I was trying to find a book, like recommendation. I didn't care if it was on Kindle, physical, I had to buy it, or on Wattpad, because I was an avid Wattpad reader in middle school, as a lot of us were. I haven't read a lot recently, besides, like, fanfics are one thing. I haven't read a fanfic in a while, besides, like, rereading some of the ones that I've loved, of One Direction. And if you were a One Direction stan, you know all the Harry fics that are really popular. Anyways, so I was on TikTok, and I was just kind of looking for, like, a billionaire, mafia, some type of more suspenseful romance, I guess is the right word. More high stakes. Like, I didn't want fantasy, because that's a lot for the brain. I wanted something easy to read but kind of like keeps me entertained. So like a random romance wasn't gonna cut it for me. So usually when I'm in that mood, I look towards like mafia or like arranged marriage, like billionaire, something like that, because something crazy always happens. Like the drama in those are just really good. So I was on TikTok and this girl that I follow, and she was like recommending some of her favorite mafia ones, and I was like, oh, I'll just continue watching this and see if any of them pique my interest, you know? And sorry, it's taking forever to come up. So the one I ended up reading is called Constantino. That's the cover. It has 7.47 million reads, which is a lot, but not crazy for Wattpad. I feel like the ones that are popular have like 300 million. And it's a hit or miss with Wattpad, because majority of the time it's going to be written by a 13-year-old, or it's from like 2014. This one I think was written in 24, so it was pretty fine. It was good. Not as good as a lot of the published ones that I've read, but I liked it because it was long. I kind of wanted a long book to like slow burn really long. So this was like the time to read was like a day and an hour, and I feel like a lot of books were like 14 hours or 7 hours or like kind of shorter. So this one was kind of like a long one. I was like, okay, I fear I'm gonna eat this up. And I did for the most part. So she's the daughter of a Greek mafia thing, and he is Italian mafia, Sicilian mafia. I don't know all the rules. I'm just here for fun. And they like hate each other, and for a while there I was kind of like, oh, he's actually kind of mean, as they probably are in real life, but like in a lot of the books they're like mean for like a chapter and then they're like already in love. No, this took like a minute for them to like be nice to each other, but I think that made it better. A lot of the arguments were kind of childish on my part, but again, this isn't like a real published book, so you can't be too picky, so I don't really have a lot of complaints. I kind of honestly wanted to read something that wasn't gonna go towards my reading goal, because I didn't want to have to feel the pressure to finish it, because I'm like probably 6 books behind my reading goal now. I don't even know, because Goodreads doesn't tell you anymore, but it's fine. So yeah, I need to catch up on my reading goal, but since my new Kindle is coming in tomorrow, I hopefully am going to be more motivated to read. I just gotta pick a few books to read on Kindle, or find a few books to read on Kindle. But a few books, like Rewind It Back comes out in May, right? I think so. Maybe I'll read the 3rd book, Behind the Net, The Fake Out. The Wingman is the next book in that series, so maybe I'll read that, because the 4th book comes out in June, so it's kind of like, oh, my book club pick this month is Beartown, so I need to read that. My book got picked. I was so shocked. I didn't really want to put a book in, because a lot of the books that I like, they don't typically read, because, well, I think I've talked about this before, but the girls I'm in book club with, I love them all so much. We just have different taste in books. Well, like, they're open to read anything, and like I am too, but like I'm not reading for spice or smut. Any of that, like I could care less if it's in the book. I don't hate it when it is. It just has to be like tasteful. Like the yearning has to be there, all the things, and then it's fine. But like if it's just purely spice the whole book, I'm probably not gonna like it. And some of the books, that's kind of what they like, which is fine. I'm gonna read it no matter what. But all my picks, so basically what we do is we all kind of just pick a book that we've been wanting to read, and like we use that like spinner thing on Google or whatever, and just let fate decide. And this month I didn't really have anything that I was like willing to like put in, I guess you could say, because like obviously there's books like personally that I want to read, but like sometimes you don't want to force other people to read them, and literally the only one I could think of was Beartown, that like a lot of people have read. Like it's a little more popular, but it's not that crazy. It's popular if you're like in the book community, and like I don't remember what the other options were, but they were just like very different. And I was like, this is the only book that's on my radar that like y'all would possibly like. But it's sad. Like I've heard it's really sad. So if y'all don't want to read that right now, like this is our May book pick. Like you think we'd pick like a fun book. No, this is a sad book. So I was like, I can wait to put this in later. Like we don't have to read this now. And they were like, no, it's fine. So we put it in the little spinner thing, and it's the one that got picked. So we're reading Beartown. But one of the girls is having a baby in May, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to meet or if she's even gonna be able to read the book. And she's like one of the girls that she was like, Katie, every time you pick a book I love it, so I think I'm gonna like anything that you pick. And I'm like, oh perfect. But she's having a baby, so I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna be able to like be there for the book club, because we kind of don't do it regularly. Like it's kind of like every 2 months is more like when we do it. Everyone's just busy, people have kids, like people have lives, it's fine. But so I'm gonna be reading that book in May. Or was that our April pick? Our last book we read was Rebel Witch, which was our March or February. I think it was February, but we met in April. See, that's what I'm saying. That was our February book club pick, but we met in April because everyone's just busy. So I'll read Beartown. I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot because a lot of the book talk, BookTube people I like loved it. So I know I'm gonna read that soon. I also really want to read The Conditions of Will really soon because I've heard really good things about it, which I'm so excited because obviously I love Jessa Hastings. I love the Magnolia Park series. And there was like, obviously when she came out with Never, like there was a few things that people didn't love. So I just didn't read it. I wasn't really interested in it that much anyways. I was only going to read it because I love her writing in the Magnolia Park series, even though it's a completely different series. But The Conditions of Will, I think it's in the same universe as Magnolia Parks, but all different characters. So, and I've heard some good things about it, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I think I'm gonna read that one as well. Hopefully soon. Like those two are on my radar. This is just an update of the month. Maybe I'll pick up one of the physical books on my shelf. I don't think I'm gonna read. I think the issue with my TBR jar and the romance books is I don't care about any of these romance books that I just showed y'all behind this camera. All of these. Maybe I'll pick up one of the fantasy books and read one of those this month. Or continue Throne of Glass, which is on my Kindle. Not my battery dying. Anyways, okay. That was my bookshelf tour / reading update for April. If you want any more videos like this, or if you want me to redo my bookshelf, let me know. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog of what I read in the month of May. We'll see. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.